What?
What are you doing?
I'm playing the Taken King.
You're supposed to be doing something else right now?
What? Playing the Taken King that I'm already doing?
No. When was the last time you did a review?
I don't know. What's today? Wednesday? I don't know.
Tuesday, sir. It's Tuesday.
Okay, so it came out today.
That was like a week ago. AI.
It's been a week?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I'm still playing. Go away.
AI, just do a real review.
If I do a review, will you leave me alone?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Taken King is awesome. Go play it. Now leave me alone.
That's not a real review.
Fine. Here's my review of the Taken King. Roll the intro.
Nerdynewsnow.
Hello once again, people of the internet. Time for your dose of me, AI, and it's time for a game review of Destiny, the Taken King. I'm going to tell you the good, I'm going to tell you the bad. Here's the good. The good thing about the Taken King is that it actually reamps Destiny. If you're a year one player like I am, you know Destiny did get dull and boring, and you kept repeating yourself with all the missions. What the Taken King brings to Destiny is, again, actual storyline. How you actually care about these characters and you actually give them personality. Before, with all the Vanguard leaders, I had no idea who they were, didn't care who they were, didn't really give me anything. They're all just bland. Oh, this one's a Warlock, this one's a Titan, this one's a Hunter. And that's it. Some of them, and maybe a joke or two to kind of separate them from the pack, but that's about it. But with the Taken King, it actually gives them personality, gives them dialogue, makes you care about these characters. Now, one of the biggest character-driven problems of Destiny was the Ghost. As you know, Peter Dinklage originally played the Ghost, but he was boring, he was dull. I didn't really care for him, you know, he didn't bring excitement to the role. He was kind of just not entertaining at all. With the Taken King, you do get a new actor for the Ghost, Nolan North, who, as you know, did play Nathan in the Uncharted series. He does bring a charm and a nice, humorous dialogue, if you will. A lot of my Fireteam members don't really like him. I'm like the only one who really likes him. Of course, one of my Fireteam members did say he sounds like a cracked out Mickey Mouse. Enough with the story, time to get to the actual gameplay. As you know, if you were a year one Destiny player, as you repeat strike after strike after strike and doing Crucible match after Crucible match, it does get boring, it does get repetitive, and it does get really tedious. The only reason why I played for an entire year was because I had my Fireteam. They kept me entertained, you know, just talking bullshit and telling stories, you know, making friends. That's the only reason why I stayed. With the Taken King, the gameplay is good. It changes it up. Yes, are you still going to be grinding, doing repetitive stuff? Yes, of course. But with the Taken King, the quests are different, you know. They're not just bounties, go do this, and you're done. With the quest and the new story missions, not only do you go from A to B, of course, but you go to A, then you go to, like, this spot, gotta do this, gotta get that, gotta collect this, so you just to get to B. It took, for me to get through the story, only about 4 hours, but I'm like, okay, the story's done, I'm done with the game. No, it's been a week since I got this. I've been still finding new missions, finding new items, finding new materials. And it's going to keep me entertained for a lot longer than what the original Destiny expansion did. What's awesome about the Taken King is that you actually have a new enemy called the Taken by Auric. His little army. He takes all different types of enemies from the Fallen, the Vex, the Cabal, the Hive, and makes them part of his own army. And the cool thing, they're not just copies, and he's like, oh, okay, here's the Hive Wizard, and here's the Taken Wizard. No, you can tell that there's a difference, and there's actual legitimate threat behind them. What difference about these Taken enemies compared to their original ones is the fact that they have different types of shields, different types of attacks. They really throw you off. The Taken Hobgoblins are the worst. And as, of course, with a new expansion, there's going to be a new raid, and I have barely scratched the surface of the raid. I did it with my Fireteam last night, and I gotta say, we did not get through the first part, and it's really difficult. There are some videos posted out there of people done it, and you know what? Congratulations, guys, because I don't even know how just myself is going to get through this without the support of my Fireteam. But going through the raid, in just the beginning, you realize you need to communicate in every section. You need to be on top of everything. You got to be in sync as a team, and you can't really die. If one of you dies, you're kind of screwed, and you got to reset and wipe and restart the entire section again. That's what I love about the new raid, that you have to work as a team. Before, with like the VOG, the Vault of Glass, if you're not a Destiny player, you can, do it with 4 or 5 people. You don't really need a full fire team with the Crota. People have soloed the Crota raid. That's not really a raid, it's more like a mission if you can solo it. But with the Taken King, you need every vital piece of fire team member you need. You gotta make sure the right light level, you gotta make sure you have the right guns, you gotta make sure you have the equipment. Everything matters so you can get past the raid. What I also love about the Taken King is the new infusion system. Now what that is, if you have a new weapon from the Taken King that just isn't as powerful as when you just picked it from an engram or something, you can actually take the new weapon, let's say it's like 283 and the weapon you have is 260, you can actually take the 283 and fuse it into the weaker weapon and actually make the weaker weapon as powerful. Of course, the reason why you do that is because, what if you really like that shotgun, you like the impact, you like the rage, you like the way the perks are, instead of replacing it with something you're really not going to like, you can just keep upgrading that one. And what I love about this is that it makes your character unique in your own way, or you have certain weapons that only you have upgraded. The reason why I bring this up is because with the past year Destiny, a lot of people had the same gear or the same weapons or the same armor. You didn't really feel unique. You felt like your old carbon copies of yourself. But with the Taken King, it makes your character unique and special in its own way. What's also awesome about the Taken King is that you do get a new patrol area called the Dreadnought, where Auric and his army lives and do whatever else Taken do. The Dreadnought is quite big. It actually is quite large for a patrol mission. Is it a big circle? Yes. A lot of my fire teams have mentioned to me, it is a big circle, just looks big. Like, the atmosphere just makes it feel big. It kind of tricks you. Not a bad thing per se, because you do have a new place to roam around. But what makes it interesting to me is that there's layers and layers of each section. Like, you keep going underneath, you find tunnels, you go different places, you find new chests. And I love that about this patrol, because when you're from Earth, Moon, Venus, and Mars, you kind of know where everything is. But with the Dreadnought, I feel like even after playing this for a week, you're kind of discovering new things and what else you can do. And of course, in there with the patrol, you need public events. And of course, that's where you have the Court of Oryx, where you have 3 tiers to beat a certain amount of enemies. And tier 3 is a bitch, I gotta say. I finally beat one yesterday with my fire team. You literally can't do it without the minimum of 3 people that know what they're doing. If you have just yourself or 2 other people, you're not going to get through tier 3. Tier 2, you might be able to. Tier 1, definitely tier 1 is pretty easy, I gotta say. But what's cool about the enemies in the Court of Oryx is that they have their own special way that you have to beat them. Like, one enemy, you gotta have an exploding thrall come at so their shield will go down. With the Sword Brothers, you gotta make sure they're together so you can at least take down their shields. It's pretty unique and makes these enemies different, and it keeps you on your toes, because it's one thing just to have one public event where you have to stand there and wait for something to load up, or just kill a certain enemy. It keeps you on your toes, like I said, and makes the experience a lot better, a lot more fire team-esque, if you say. Here's the bad about the Taken King. Not much I can say that's bad about it, just at a certain point when you get to a certain light level, you kind of feel like you're capped because you can't do anything without getting into the raid, which is okay. It does make you have to progress and get stronger. It's kind of tedious in that way, because you get an engram, it's like, oh, it's good, but it's like, oh, it's just like 1 point above, and you're not going to waste your legendary marks on that. You just got to keep grinding and figure it out. What I also don't like about the Taken Keys are that a lot of the missions you do need a fire team, and yes, I do have my fire team, I have my friends and stuff like that, but I just wish some of the quests you can go on your own. Like, yes, the subclass, when you get your new subclass, it is a solo mission, but still, kind of wish like one quest you could do by yourself. But a lot of the times with the tougher quests, you need 2 people to help you out. And even if you have 2 people, it is still quite difficult. I found one mission, I had 2 of my buddies with me, and it was really hard to get through the mission. To end my review with the Taken King, I give this expansion 7 strange coins out of 10. Again, this expansion really reamps Destiny, really gives it a new coat of paint, if you will. Thank you for watching the review, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you like this video, tell us what else you want me to review. And of course, my special guest with Heather, she really did kick my ass to do this review, because it has been really tough to get videos up, because I've just been so glued on to this game. So I'm gonna go play the game. Right, bye guys. Woo!
AI, you didn't do your signature outro.
All right, remember, stay safe out there. Bye. Woo!